Welcome to Star Wars Connections. In today's video, we're going to look at the connections from the main Star Wars comic series, specifically issues 1 to 20. Let's dive in. Number 1. The Hutts. In the first issue, we see Leia lead a mission on the Imperial factory world of Simoon 1. Alongside Han and Luke, they go undercover as negotiators for Jabba the Hutt. Here we get a good canon look at some Hutt starship aesthetic, sharing similarities with Jabba's sail barge. Luke and Leia are also disguised in the same armor we see Lando wear in Return of the Jedi. Seems they might have kept a spare set for him. One of the more notable connections is the LOM series protocol droid that confirms Han's connection with Jabba for the Imperials. 4LOM was the first LOM series protocol droid we saw in Empire Strikes Back. They're designed with features that resemble their makers, the Guard. Number 2. Slaves and Tanks. Later on in the issue, Luke comes across a holding cell for slaved factory workers. We see a variety of different species here, but most notably is the Nukosian tucked away in the corner who shares the same species of Boba Joe from The Force Awakens. We also see the Slave Master wield a shock whip, similar to the ones the Zygerian slavers use in the Clone Wars. Let's just say he doesn't hold on to it for long. As the team are attempting to free the slaves, they are attacked by the war machines of the Empire. What stands out are these tanks here. They share a striking resemblance to the Trade Federation AATs. Maybe the Empire found them so effective, they've tried to mass produce them themselves. Number 3. Jedi Collector. After the mission to Simoon 1, Luke travels to Nar Shaddaa searching for a way into Coruscant. Losing his lightsaber, he runs into the dangerous Gracchus the Hutt. Gracchus is a collector of all things Jedi. Flanked by separatist Magna Guards, he shows Luke his personal collection in hopes of opening a holocron. Gracchus has everything, from lightsabers, which we see our heroes use later on to fight the Empire, statues, interceptors, aqua breathers, and even a set of Temple Guard armor. What a fanboy. After Luke opens the holocron, several Jedi appear in holograms and reveal Jedi teachings. Some of these Jedi include Oppo Rancisis, who was on the Jedi High Council, Master Tera Sunube, who helped Ahsoka find her lightsaber back in the Clone Wars, and even Shark T. We are also first introduced to the Game Master, an undercover Imperial sergeant by the name of Creel. We learn of him later as the leader of the Deadly Scar Squadron. We'll be seeing more of him. Number 4. Dengar. When Chewbacca arrives on the Smuggler's Moon with C-3PO to rescue Luke, word gets out. Interested in collecting the hefty bounty on his head, Dengar takes up arms. Dengar was first introduced alongside Boba Fett and the other bounty hunters in The Empire Strikes Back, but was more fleshed out in the Clone Wars. In hopes of also finding a way to cash in on the bounty for Han, Dengar attacks Chewie. His confrontation doesn't go so well. Number 6. Nerf Herders. If you've ever wanted to know the story behind Princess Leia's most famous insult, then issue 17 is for you.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder!
Trying to recover some of the rebellion's money that Han lost gambling, Luke accepts a job to herd some nerfs to the planet Ibar, who are in need for the creature's milk. Han wasn't happy with it, and Leia never let him live it down. Number 7. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Scattered throughout the series are one-shot issues featuring Obi-Wan Kenobi in exile. These issues usually revolve around Obi-Wan watching over and helping a young Luke Skywalker. Throughout these comics are a few different connections, including younger looks at Luke's friends, like Biggs and what looks like Fixer and Cammy. Obi-Wan also runs into Black Chrysanthemum, the ruthless Wookiee warrior first introduced in Darth Vader issue 1. He has a run-in with Owen Lars, who we see has a bit of a love-hate relationship with Kenobi, backing up what we see him say about the Jedi in A New Hope.
He says he belongs to someone called Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought he might have meant old Ben. Do you know what he's talking about? I wonder if he's related to Ben.
That wizard's just a crazy old man.
Those were just some of the interesting connections that stood out to me. If there's some that you've seen, let me know in the comments below. I'd also love to know your feedback, so be sure to leave a comment there too. If you haven't subscribed, don't be afraid to, the button is just over there. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you next time on Star Wars Connections.